Hello, hello. Hello.
Hello.
How is everyone? We excited for week 2? Are we pumped up?
Woo!
Or are we seeing all the stuff Johanna's posting and getting a little nervous?
No, maybe a combo.
Good. All right, we're just gonna give it a minute, let people filter on. Oh my gosh, Jennifer Allen, you're a rock star. Jennifer Allen is working a 12-hour shift in the ICU and still on the call. Okay, we're just gonna leave that right there. Right there. Okay, so I am just going to give it a couple of minutes for people to filter in, and hopefully I will. I'm gonna take some attendance here in a second, take a screenshot. But I want to give it. I'll do that at the 5-minute mark every time. That doesn't mean be 5 minutes late, but I want to give people the benefit of the doubt and give them a minute to get on. And just a couple of housekeeping things that I'd like to say. If the homework requirements have not been clear, I'm going to just make an announcement now and make it very clear. There will be a post every single week, and the homework needs to be posted in that post by the Saturday before our next call, so like yesterday at 8 p.m. Anybody that did not do that but had their homework in somehow, some way, whether it be text message to me or whatever, before this call started, is going to get a pass. And I'm going to be really, really kind of, lenient this week. But going forward, it has to be in. Guys, we're not going to be taking passes because we didn't do homework. Like, there's going to be some months that you don't hit your recruiting goals or your PRV goal. Save your passes for that. The same thing with not being able to be on a call. It's like a sick day. Think about it at work. Okay, work doesn't say, it's no big deal. Most places don't. They say, okay, you'll take a sick day. So that's going to be the same thing with not getting on calls. It breaks my heart. I get all kinds of reasons why people can't be on these calls. However, if I make exceptions for one person, I have to do it for all. And then, we'll just have people missing calls. So we're not going to do that. We're going to be on calls when we're supposed to be on calls. And yeah, so other than that, I appreciate everyone else doing their homework and doing it on time. And hopefully you feel good about the homework. Hopefully you feel like you have a solution in place for yourself and something that you can do to help yourself be more proactive on your follow-ups and be more organized. So today we're going to talk about attraction marketing. And this is going to be a lot of work for some people. It'll be less work for others, and that's okay. The point is that it's supposed to be getting you a little bit out of your comfort zone to get to know you better. I'm going to take this screenshot just so that I have who was on the call. Don't worry, I won't post that one. I'll let you know before we do. But what I want to do is I want you guys to get kind of really familiar with yourself, okay? Because that's ultimately in this business what will keep people buying from you. That's the difference between a really successful consultant and somebody that just does okay. Because a really successful consultant will have people that continue to buy and attract new people all the time simply because people know, like, and trust that person. So if you're going to take one thing away from this, know that people will do business with you because they know, like, and trust you. And they want to be a part of your success. They want to be a part of your story, part of what you're doing. And that's not only going to be true of your customers, it's going to be true of your recruits. Some of the people that I have recruited and sponsored over the last 3 years have joined simply because they wanted to be a part of what I was doing, right? I shared it in a way that it sounded fun and they wanted to join that, and I made it look like something that they could do too. That is the best kind of recruiting. So what I want to start this with is talking about, you know, attraction marketing, and I want to talk about Disney as a company. Okay, so at this point, I want you guys to unmute yourself because we're gonna kind of talk through, if you can. I understand Jennifer probably can't, but if you can unmute yourself and tell me some of the things that come to mind when you think about Disney. And if you've done this with me in a one-on-one coaching call or whatever, don't cheat. Okay, don't give away the answer. So when you think about Disney, give me something that comes to mind.
Ears.
Ears, yes. Don't be shy. Anything.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip, theme
Mhm.
park, good. Who else?
Me, I see a family gathering.
Family gathering, that's awesome. Okay. Okay, family gathering. What was that?
The resorts.
Resorts, fun.
The
Yep.
resorts. The
Yep.
hotels.
Hotels.
Food.
Food. Oh yes, food.
Around
Yes.
the world.
Drinking around the world, absolutely.
Songs, lots of singing.
Lots of singing. Yep. Anything else
It's
that
a
comes?
small world.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I got one.
Yep.
The smells of the rides and the smells of the when you walk down Main Street.
Yep. They actually do like project out smells down Main Street to make you enticed by the food and the atmosphere. That's a good one. Okay. One more. When I think-
Magical.
Magical. Perfect. No one said movies. Disney is a movie company.
Yeah.
But we said family, we said memories, we said magical, we said food, we said Dole Whip, we said theme parks, hotels, smells, right? We described an experience. We described the things that excite us, the things that, right, it makes us feel like the family memories. That's attraction marketing. That's a company that is founded on movie entertainment. Movies are kind of their core. If you think about this, yes, the theme parks bring in a ton of money, but each movie that is released is the core and it spawns off all the other ways to make money. The merchandise, the plush, the clothes, the notebooks that every kid has to have, the backpacks, the theme park attractions, right? That is what does it. The fruit snacks in the cereal aisle, right? All of these things that are merchandise and money makers for Disney come out of the characters that are released in movies.
Mhm.
But yet no one said movies because we think of everything else other than their sole money maker, the core. So how does this apply to your business? What does this mean for you and your business? It means that you need to think of your business as an experience. And the experience that you are going to give to people, why are they shopping with you instead of shopping with me? What makes them stay loyal? I'm going to give a couple of examples. Emily is my sister-in-law. Why do her customers, sometimes family, sometimes mutual friends, why do they shop with Emily instead of with me? Same thing with Desiree. We went to high school together. We have a lot of mutual friends. We certainly have a lot of mutual Facebook friends. Why do they shop with Desiree instead of me? Why have I lost customers to Desiree? Because they're Desiree's friends, because they are bought into Desiree's story and they want to help her succeed. Okay? This is the whole point, guys, is that people will do business with you when you create an experience. I have taken customers, not intentionally, but away from other people too, because you guys know, I always say we don't own our customers. We don't own them. So if somebody's going to give them better customer service, if somebody's going to give them a different experience that they enjoy more, that's who they're going to shop with. So who are you and how do you market? Because if Desiree just takes every single thing that I do and I share, I post it and she's going to take it and copy and paste it, guess what? All of our mutual friends are going to see that, and they're going to see that I posted it first and then see that she did it, and it's not authentic. I guarantee you that your friends have at least one other Scentsy consultant in their friends list. There are 190,000 Scentsy consultants in the US. 190,000. The odds are stacked against you that your friends don't have more than one. So that's why I am so anti sharing the flyers that go around that everyone is sharing, or sharing the same picture that everyone is sharing. The reason why we share pictures and we say these are real life images and go and share them is because your friends are less likely to see that than the marketing image tabs that are on the workstation. And in addition to that, it is showing it in a home. It's more authentic. And we don't expect that every newer consultant is going to have every warmer that we have off the top of their, right off the bat. We don't want you going broke when you first start. So we want to give you the tools to do it. So, all right, before we get into the rest of the things that we're going to talk about, we are going to talk about the 2 pieces of things that I posted today that you're going to need to print off, not before this call, but after this call. The first one is this attraction marketing worksheet. This is 2 pages, okay? This, if you already printed it off, you saw at the top of it, it mentions about the, as you watch the attraction marketing video series. That's right. So at 9:15 tonight, there is going to be a post in this group that is going to have this worksheet ready for you to go. And so I want you to watch that if you need to, okay? You will be the determinator whether or not you need to watch that video series. If you feel like you get enough out of our Zoom call tonight and you feel like you can go through this without that, please do so. But if you're someone that truly struggles with where you're at in your business, with your personal brand, with how to make it your own, please watch the video series. It's not long and it will help you. Okay, and that was put off by home office. So I want you to fill this out. This is part of your homework. Okay, you're going to have to fill this out and take screenshots of it and post it in the homework thread. That's part 1. Part 2 is I want you to think about your personal brand. Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about personal brand, but that's where this personal brand workbook comes in. Okay, so this is really meant more for people that are struggling with their branding. If you notice when I do a lot of like my images or my graphics, all the fonts are always the same. I use the same playlist script font for like headers and stuff. It's to keep it cohesive. It's so that if somebody were to look at it and not know because it didn't have my name on it, that they would know that that's a Johanna Luna branding. It's why I use buffalo check in a lot of things. All my packaging is buffalo check. It's just the colors, right? Black and white. It's what I'm comfortable with. It's how people know me. Very farmhouse. So think about you, think about who you are, and start to put together a brand. Another reason why this is important is because you can buy your materials in bulk. For the longest time, I would go to the Dollar Tree and pick up stuff as I needed it for an order. It seemed like it was cheaper. I would spend maybe 10 bucks at a time. It wasn't cheaper realistically. It was more beneficial for me to buy the stuff in bulk and have it last me 3 or so months. So that's what I started to do. I picked a brand, I picked something that was consistent, and I started to use it throughout the seasons. Think about some big names in marketing. Tiffany & Co. They don't change up their packaging for the season. It's teal, blue, and white all year long. Same thing, Victoria's Secret, when you shop there, it's the same marketing. Starbucks changes up their stuff a little bit, but not by much. They add red cups. That's about it. They don't change all their bags. That's about it. So think about my marketing my branding. When I use my buffalo check bags, now they have hot pink tissue paper in them. That's like my everyday thing. At Christmas time, they had some Christmas tree tissue paper in it, or red tissue paper for a pop of tissue. I can change that up with orange for fall. It's very simple to make that easy change, but to keep my branding consistent throughout the seasons so it's easily recognizable. Ultimately, what you want is what happened to me about a year ago, and that is that a customer of mine, I dropped a package off to her. She left it on her kitchen island. A day later, another one of my customers that I did not even know they were friends came over and knew instantly that she had bought Scentsy from me. That is how identifiable my brand is. And it's the same thing. If I post something in like the director share page, they don't even need to see that it was my name. If somebody's scrolling through Facebook and sees it, they know that the picture was mine. And that's ultimately what you want. You want to have a signature brand. So if you need help with this, take a look at this. It's got examples of why fonts are so important. It'll kind of prompt you. It's going to tell you about lighting with pictures. Okay, it's like a really, really good workbook. And then I want you to do, starting on page 3, there's a worksheet here that talks about your style, your branding, whatever. I want you to fill that out and share that. Take a picture of it and share that. That's all you have to do with this, is share the page 3 of this. I don't want you to be shy. I want you to be honest, and I want you to post this. Trust me, nobody's looking at your stuff other than me in the page, okay? We're all here to just get our homework in and be done with it. But even if it is, this is a family, and everybody on this call wants you to do well, okay? So don't be shy. I want you to get comfortable, because ultimately what keeps people around in Scentsy are the people. So be comfortable and be confident in what you're doing. Does anybody have any questions so far?
No.
No? Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, I have a question, but it kind of goes back to what you were talking about before about customers and stuff.
Yep.
So I did post that graphic or that picture with the rainbow, you know, and like pick your favorite color or whatever for the
Oh, yeah.
mystery bag. I did have somebody reach out to me, but she was totally upfront and said, I already buy Scentsy from so-and-so, and I don't want to step on any toes. So I like, what is a good response to that? Like, I don't know. I felt like I was like stealing somebody's customer, but she was very upfront that she buys from somebody else. So am I, you know, do I just take the order and take the PRB for the day and then have her continue to buy from somebody else?
So my personal suggestion to this would be, if you are offering a personal special, like the rainbow mystery packs, and she is wanting to order that because it's something that caught her eye, her other consultant might not be offering that right now. Clearly not, because she would be buying it from her consultant.
Okay.
Personal specials are just that. We don't, it's not everybody in Scentsy is doing that. I would take the order. I would treat her really well and then let it happen out of there. You're not stealing anybody's customer. You didn't. The difference would be if I posted that picture, okay, and somebody commented that they were interested, and then you private messaged that person and said, I can do it for you for 15. That's stealing a customer.
Okay.
That we don't do. But if somebody is coming to you because you're offering a service, you're offering something, and then you're going to treat them well to the point that they don't go back to their other consultant, and I might be shooting myself in the foot right now. That's okay. The reality is we don't. What?
I said it's not you. Don't worry.
Here's the thing. We don't own our customers, right? So like, I say go for it. I say, you know, service that customer. And, you know, if she then, after she orders from you, if you follow up and say, hey, how are you enjoying your mystery pack, whatever, you know, what was your favorite product? And she's like, hey, girl, I told you. Then you back off of her. But you continue the cycle as if it was a brand new customer.
Okay.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right, let's talk about sharing versus selling on Facebook or Instagram or social media, whatever you're doing, or in general, right? Like if you are around, let's say your family, there's a family get together and you're there and you're like, oh, hey, have you looked at the new catalog? You want to look at the new catalog? Hey, did you see we've got a Valentine's Day collection coming out? Like, stop. Nobody wants to talk to you. Like, don't do that to people. Think about when you're in the mall, okay? Go back to the time when we shopped at the mall. How annoying are those people at the kiosks, okay? They jump in your face. I got my hair up on top of my head like this and they're trying to sell me a straightener. You come here, let me straighten your hair. No, thank you. I can see you from 20 feet away that you sell straighteners. If I wanted a straightener, I'd come see you. Don't be a mall kiosk. Don't word vomit Scentsy all over the place. There is a very, very strategic way to do this. It's not something you're going to learn overnight, but listen to me when I say, stop it with the flyers. Seriously, stop it with the flyers. They are not going to serve you. Use flyers in your Facebook stories and use them limitedly. I promise you, long term, you're not going to do it. And if you think I am misleading you, what I want you to do is I want you to take a look at my social media and the Facebook posts that I make. Or seriously, if we're not friends, we need to be friends. Take a look at the Facebook posts that I do and take a look at how many likes I have, how many comments I have. Go back to yours and look. When you're sharing a buy 5, get 1 free, how many comments do you have? How many likes do you have? It's not that it's going to happen overnight. A year ago, I had no likes, no comments, but I was still selling less than I was the year before that, but you have to share it. And this is why we tell you guys, you don't have to go out and buy everything all at once, but you need to be smart with how you're using your rewards. You need to be strategic about what you're going to do in your business. As we're, tomorrow we're launching a bunch of products that you're able to buy early. And I had asked in the Ascension page, who is buying what kits? I was so happy when some of you said that you were buying them either for samples or for personal use. Because getting that new counter clean and dish soap, and I think it's bathroom cleaner, I don't even know, but getting the new cleaning line and showcasing that simple picture that I took with the peppermint, showing me cleaning my table with those products, I wasn't in your face with another flyer. Yes, there are tons of flyers that said you could get the bundle for $20. That would have been easier. Would it have been easier? Sure. Would it have gotten me sales? No. Don't be the 5th ad in Facebook. Every fourth post is an ad. And if you really want to turn yourself off of being an ad, go watch The Social Dilemma. You really won't want to be an ad. Okay, like there's nothing positive connotations that come out of an ad. So don't be an ad. Make sure you're sharing and not selling. Don't, if you look at my social media, it drives my sister nuts. I don't even share my link half the time. The only time I share a link is immediately after we've dropped a new release and I'm done with pre-sales. I will share the link that one time so that they can go grab it before it sells out. That's it. I don't share my link. Number one, it could get you put in Facebook jail. Technically, none of us are supposed to be using our personal Facebook page to run a business. That's actually against Facebook standards. Standards, I guess, but like their policies, they don't want you using your personal Facebook for business. You're supposed to use a business page for that. And we'll talk about that, but that's why you have to be very careful that you are not marked as spam. So you have to be very careful. Anytime Facebook changes my post to a sales post, I immediately change it back. One, because I don't want that, it's tacky, but two, I don't want to be like ask the seller, but two, I don't want to get flagged by Facebook as being a running a business. So that's why you have to be very strategic. You don't want to be put in Facebook jail. You can't message, you can't comment, you can't do anything. You are locked out of your account for days. If you were locked out of your account, if you could not use social media for like 5 days, what would that do to your business in a month? That's a big chunk of the month. Don't get locked out. You want to make sure you're not doing that.
Hey, Joanna.
Sorry, it's Terry. When that happens, because that happens to me quite a bit, how do you get rid of that?
Well, if it's happening to you quite a bit, I'd have to take a look at your personal Facebook and see if there's something that I'm noticing that you're doing. If you're sharing your link a lot, that'll do it.
No, I don't put my link out there. Just
Okay.
a lot of pictures, you know.
I wonder if you have somebody in your Facebook friends list reporting you.
Oh.
It's either that, or I notice also sometimes if you put a price
and you list the price, like, we have the Valentine's bundles are $35 for the large warmer, $20 for the mini, so on and so forth. And it
Right.
tags also as a sale.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. So yeah, if you put a price, it does look like it's a sale. And then I would just be very careful too on your Facebook. Yeah, like to be careful with sharing the prices, or like I'm looking right now, and your Valentine's Day still says ask the seller for more details. So that changed it to a sales post. Immediately always change those back.
So how do you switch it back?
So
That's my problem.
if you click on the 3 dots in the upper right-hand side of that post, it'll say turn off sale format. It will be one of the options.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
you want to always make sure that you're turning off the sales format.
All right.
Yeah, so that'll but yeah, for a while I would make sure you keep price off. Plus, it also
Okay.
helps with people asking you. Right? Like I strategically did not put the price on our Christmas warmer, that limited edition warmer. I didn't want anyone to be so spooked with the price and not contact me. Here's the other thing. Okay, so I used to think about it like this. Let me just put the price because I don't want people wasting my time and asking me about it, and then they get spooked out by the price and don't want to buy it. I used to think of that as like a waste of my time. I no longer do that, because at least if they don't want to buy the $125 or $130, however much that thing was, warmer, I know that they have an interest in Scentsy. I also can take a look at what that warmer was. It had a special feature. It was a holiday collection warmer. It was very traditional. I can note that mentally about that person. That is what they liked. So then if I start sharing other things that could mark some of those categories, it might get me a sale with a less expensive warmer. So that's what it is. Like at the end of the day, this is a simple business at its core, but the more you put into getting to know your customers, to getting to know the patterns of people, the more likely you're going to have success. And that starts with, part of the attraction marketing is attracting. It's easier to share things that you love, right? Like we have warmers that I would never be able to share because I don't love it. Like sometimes we have warmers of the month that come out and I always plan ahead. Like I plan ahead thinking how I'm going to stage that warmer when it gets to me so that I can take the best pictures to share it with my customers. There have been times when I see the warmer and I'm like, I can't do nothing with that thing. Okay, it's not my style. It's not what I like. I've got nothing in my house to stage it. When you are in love with a product, it's easier for you to sell it. So if you share it in a way, I'm a firm believer I can make almost anything look farmhouse. And I often do. Take something that's completely not farmhouse. I took a metallic silver sparkly warmer and I put it in a washed out lantern and made it a farmhouse style. You can attract people to your product that way. People that would have also seen that and thought very trendy, very contemporary, very modern, and not have wanted that warmer would do it. The best example of this is that By the Candlelight warmer. Who was around when By the Candlelight came out last February? Okay. By the Candlelight, for those that weren't around, was the warmer of the month that immediately followed the Himalayan salt warmer. Okay. The Himalayan salt warmer was this heavy, very, very sophisticated warmer. Beautiful. Came in 2 different colors. It was awesome. And then we get this By the Candlelight warmer, which if you own one, comes in a box this big. Okay. It's this tall by like this big. It's super lightweight. I could probably hold it up with a finger. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? On its own, it would be super cheap looking and super cheesy. Put it in a lantern with some lamb's ear around it. It's one of my favorite warmers I own. Because of that warmer and the pictures that other people took, so many consultants were able to sell those. And not only sell them, but oftentimes sell more than one. The styling makes a difference. It is how you're going to attract people to a product. Showing the picture with a champagne glass and some berries wasn't marketing's best work. So we have to remember that there's a reason why we also share more than one picture, and you should be. That's why we have the albums with all the pictures that we can collect from all the people that share pictures. Share more than one. Styled one way may not attract a customer. Styled another way may attract a customer. This is how you're going to go from your basic sales to your elevated sales. Okay. All right. So when you're looking at adding a post, you're looking at, I'm going to make a post on something. What value are you adding to somebody's newsfeed? Especially right now. Facebook, social media, it's an escape for some people. It goes the opposite way too, right? There are people that are escaping social media right now because it's just too heavy. It's just too much. And so do you want to be the heavy? Do you want to be the too much? Or do you want to be adding value and light to somebody's day? What can you post that makes people happy? Think about simple ways to market your business in ways that don't sell anything. This week is a perfect time to do this. Add some happy to my feed. Share a picture of your fur baby. Why am I asking them to share with me a picture of their fur baby? Maybe because we have a whole line of products that I now have a whole list of customers that have dogs.
Mm-hmm.
People will share the pictures of their dogs. They'll be real happy. Let me show you 10. This is what we need to be doing. We need to be thinking, we have a brand new scent that's coming out. If you get the Scentsy pet line as one of your lines, it's $28. If you get that and you make samples, you have a whole list of people to contact and ask if they'll give you an honest opinion. You're not asking them to buy anything. You're going to send them a sample and you're going to ask for their honest opinion on how the dog smells. If they love it, they buy it. That's it. That's all you have to do. So just think outside. Again, it goes back to think outside of the 6x9 catalog. Think outside of what Scentsy gives us and think about who you are and how you are going to market. Yogoda just said, you're killing me. Yeah, I'm killing you because I'm putting my personality on. I'm saying people share their dogs. Like, this is how I am. This is how people know me. When I say goofy things in my videos, that's authentic. It took a while for me to figure that out. But I never want to be a person that you meet on social media and then you meet in person and I'm two different people. What you get, what you see is what you get, good or bad. Okay, so you're gonna figure out what makes you you. It'll also make it easier for you to connect with people. I am in some decorating groups, okay? This is key. I like to decorate. Decorating is a hobby for me. Ray Dunn is a hobby for me, so I'm in Ray Dunn groups. If you don't think I didn't post a picture of that aloe vera warmer in that Ray Dunn pot, right there, I tell people, you know what I ask them? If anybody knows where I can find more of these or anybody has them up for sale, please let me know. I want to get them for my customers this summer. I was asking people for a recommendation. It got me customers. A couple of my best customers came from Ray Dunn groups because I shared it. I got a recruit from a Ray Dunn group. Share in groups. If you're a dog person, you got dogs, go ahead and join. So you got a Dalmatian, join a Dalmatian lovers group. Get in with these people. Start building these relationships. Make yourself a notebook, however you need to mark it down. Make yourself a notebook of people that you have conversations with. You won't remember who they are and how to follow up with them. But if you start to create a relationship, then you add them as friends on Facebook. Don't do it the first time you have a conversation. That's weird and creepy. But if you have conversations and you build a relationship, then you add them as a Facebook friend. Then they get to know, oh, she sells Scentsy, right? We're not this one company. This is two word name company that likes to add people and instantly you're in your inbox. Hey, can you make a post for me? That's not what we're going to do. We're going to turn people off. But what we're going to do is we're going to build relationships organically over time. Remind yourself that you're in this for the long haul. You're in this to get to whatever your dream paycheck is. You're in this to make a difference in your life. Whether you want to quit your full-time job or make supplemental income or live off of a very healthy retirement, whatever your goal is, remember that you're not going anywhere, so you don't need to get all the customers and all the recruits today. You're still going to need people to recruit in 6 months or 6 years. So it's okay if the relationships take a while. Some of my strongest business partners have been those who have given it a lot of thought. It's not always the case, but tends to be, versus the people that just tell me yes, and then they don't do anything. Desiree being the exception. Okay, so think about things that you like, you dislike. What is your personality? Like, I dislike strawberry scents. It's gross. I don't like it. It's not my jam. If it's your jam, it's your jam. It's not mine. I am very honest about that. I will say when I'm smelling a collection, if there's a lot of strawberry in there, ooh, this is not for me. But if you love strawberry, you want to smell like a toothache, this is for you. And people know that they can trust that. I'm not going to sell you some crap I don't like. I'm not a used car salesman. I'm going to give you the real deal. People know, they like, and they trust that. So all of the things that make you who you are, that's what you want to share. So it may not always seem perfectly intuitive to how this relates to your business. How me sharing a Black & Decker sweeper vac and people going all out and buying that has anything to do with my business may not seem perfectly aligned. Or me sharing my friend's charcuterie business and her business booming because people were buying these boxes up all during the quarantine. It matters because people value the opinion enough to go do it. And if they follow it long enough, they will eventually catch on to other things like, okay, she really raves about that Scentsy Fresh. She's spraying it all over the place. Let me try it. She really must love this product. It doesn't happen overnight, but those things matter. And a lot of what I share just happens to go together. The home decor, the decorating, the cleaning, the organizing, the decorating my home with Scentsy, the cleaning and making my house smell fresh, it all goes together. It makes sense. But if you're not an organized, clean person, don't get on Facebook and try to portray that. It won't be authentic. Your customers will be able to see it, and it's not going to serve you well. We have one person in our group who calls herself the Hot Mess Express Mama. It works for her. It gets her following because people who are also like that are drawn to that. More people are willing to say, hey, if she can do this, I can do it. Be authentic that way. You don't want to scare people off by not being who you are. Okay. Any questions at this point?
No.
Okay. Other ways that you will do attraction marketing. When you do mail more so than email, but especially if you're doing Happy Mail or you're packaging up a customer order, as you figure out what your brand looks like and you've got this down, you're packaging that up, share that. A lot of what I share now in my business isn't necessarily buy this product. This is how I'm working my business. So when you're watching my stories, a lot of time you'll hear behind the scenes in the scent studio today. And I'm sharing how I'm packaging, how I'm loading up my customers with samples. That makes people want to buy from me. That makes people want to get that too. And in turn, what ends up happening is after it's consistent and after people know it and they love it, they start commenting on your posts with things like getting a present every time. I couldn't pay somebody for a more perfect comment. Thank you very much. You get a free scent of the month bar. That's just how you have to do it. And you have to make sure that your customers are your best referral. Word of mouth referral in our business cannot be underestimated. I'm going to say that again. Word of mouth referrals cannot be underestimated. For the same reason that people do business with you, because they know, like, and trust you, when they know, like, and trust their friends, and their friends know, like, and trust you, it is the best foot in the door you could have received. But keeping people attracted to you, keeping people buying from you and watching you and following you, you want them to want to watch you and follow you. It's how they're going to find out about when you have something new dropping, when there's a new catalog. That's how they're going to find this out. You want to make sure that you're doing that. Okay. So I am going to just go over homework again really quick. Oh, one more thing before I get off of here. I'm not going to go too deep into compliance, okay, because that's a whole other topic for another day. But what I will say is your social media posts have to be in compliance. I honestly don't care how you market yourself. I really don't. Whatever is you, be you, as long as it's in compliance. Okay, so we can't be wanting to attract people so much that we're willing to give away free cars. We can't be doing that. So, you know, be very careful. I got in trouble. Can't even believe it. I got a little slap on the wrist because I was trying to give away toilet paper at the beginning of the quarantine. And I said
that post was great though.
It was great and it was hilarious and it was attraction marketing, but someone threw a fit that I was giving away a hot commodity during the start of the pandemic. You guys, it's crazy the things that you can get in trouble for, but you have to get in trouble. Ultimately, it was determined that the value was less than 10% and I was okay. But, you know, we just gotta, you know, you just don't want to get those calls. You don't want to get the emails, the calls from home office. It's not fun. Not fun, but make sure you do. A Sensi executive and I had a very good laugh about that. He thought it was hilarious and that's all that matters. Okay, so make sure that you're in compliance. All right, no freebies. You know, samples are one thing. I've got free samples. You can give away all of the free samples you want. Okay, but you can't call a bar a sample. A bar is not a sample. Okay, a bar is a bar. So be very careful. No drawings, none of that. Make sure you're up to date on what compliance says. Okay, so homework. Guys, get out a pen, get out a paper, get ready to write this down because there are many facets to this homework today and we cannot miss any part of it because we're not going to give up passes for homework. And JoJo wants it in the post by 8 o'clock next Saturday. Okay, so we're going to do the page 3 of the brand packet worksheet. We're going to take a picture of it. Page 3 of the brand packet, okay? We're also going to do the attraction marketing worksheet. As I said at the beginning of this, if you feel confident enough after what we talked about and you don't feel like you need to watch that, I don't know that you really need to. There is a segment of it about creating an authentic space that adds value. That's like your social media space that you might want to watch. But up to you. If you can fill this out and feel confident with it and you feel like I've got a strong social media marketing game, then by all means. But it's not going to hurt you to watch that either, okay? All right, then got 3 other parts of this. Okay, it's only going to get harder. This might be the week we lose a lot of people. We already lost a lot of people on a call. Okay, so 3 other pieces of your homework. I want you to, over the course of the next several days, over the next week, share 1 post per day on your page. Share. No flyers. If you do flyers, that's on you. Okay, I can say it till I'm blue in the face. People are still going to do it. But I'm talking about other posts other than flyers. Share 1 post a day and share a screenshot of one of them in the homework post. Okay? But if we're friends, I'll be looking.
The share 1 post of like 1 Sensi post, like
Yep.
authentic, like warmer in our house or whatever, or anything.
Yep, exactly. I mean, something as simple as like, you can even say, hey, I'm getting a new warmer for my bedroom. Please help me pick one out and maybe put 4 pictures, 4 warmers up. Okay, things like that. Or sharing your stories or on Instagram or something that you're cleaning your counters with Counter Clean. However, okay, if you are stuck, if you are newer and you don't no, yes, it would be best if it was on your personal page. I realize we didn't talk about that. I'm gonna mention that in a second. But best on your personal page so you can reach the most people. But if you only do it on your business page, we'll talk about that in a minute. That's fine, just as long as you're marketing. And you have to share a screenshot of one of them. And if you are stuck, if you're newer and you don't have stuff, there are real life images. There's them for the January warmer of the month. Snap a picture of you holding some bars and remind people all bars are 10% off. Like, figure it out. But this is, at this point in your business, you should be able to figure out that we have albums that can help you. Look at what other people are sharing, get some ideas. This is where we grow. All right. I lied. Okay, 2 more things. Okay, so follow a new leader on social media. Okay, you got to follow somebody new. I have in the announcements, I have a list of YouTube videos to follow, but I'm just going to give you some names off the bat. People like Rachel Pence, Chelsea Otto, Katie Farner, Stacy Behringer. That's about all I'm willing to recommend right now. Jennifer Anderson, sorry. Who else? Yeah, those are some strong ones that I follow. Those are people who have strong social media games. So whether or not you follow them on Instagram or Facebook is fine with me. Just find a new leader to follow so you can get an idea of how somebody else does something. Because maybe the way I'm doing it's not going to click with you. That's okay. My vibe will attract another tribe, but you got to find the tribe that will attract you, okay? That's what I want you to do. And then here's one that you may get out of. You may already have this done. Update your picture and your story on your PWS. This is very important. If you don't have your picture on your PWS and we have the default little girl playing with that little doll, nobody wants to do business with that little girl playing with that little doll. You have to put your face out there. Okay? So please, people, like they say, meet your consultant and this little girl comes up. No, stop. If you didn't take enough time to share a little bit about why you're doing this, you didn't take enough time to update your face on there, to share your picture, why should I take your business seriously? How am I supposed to get to know, like, and trust you if you won't even tell me about you? If it still says, my story, though exciting, is still being written. It better not. So you're going to update that, and then you're going to take a screenshot of it and put it in the post. So I can look in one place. All right? So we're going to have no freebies next week with homework. That's not going to happen. And we are, yep, those new customers in the area will totally pick you because of your picture or your story. It is so true. It is so true. And you know, you don't have to be a comedian to get on there. You don't have to write something witty. Just write from your heart. I mean, we all discovered our why a couple of weeks ago, right? We're at the point where we know why we're here, why we're showing up on Sunday night, why we're growing our business, why we're trying to get to the next level. We all know that. So we have a story to share. Let's share that exciting story. Let's write it. Okay. So if you have questions, go ahead and unmute yourself and let's ask. We have 10 minutes and we can ask some questions.
Once we follow a new leader, should we screenshot that too, or?
No, that's okay. That's on you.
Okay.
That's only going to better your business, but I won't check on that.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, perfect question though. Perfect question. I already don't want to, I'm already worried I'm going to miss, I got a lot of screenshots happening up in this page today or this week. So I gotta, you know, make sure I don't miss anything. So if I message you about your homework, it's because I'm honestly just making sure that you have it before I mark you that you don't have it. So Don't be offended. There's going to be a lot. Think about it. There are a lot of people on this call right now, and each one of you is going to have like 4 or 5 screenshots in there.
Joanna, it's Terry again.
Yep.
Where do you go to update your picture? I mean, I see at the bottom where it
Yep.
says, you know, my name and stuff, but nothing happens when I click on it.
Okay, so it's been a while since I've done this. This is probably a good thing for me to go through and make sure my stuff is relevant. So if I go to, I'm on my phone, which might be a little different. If I go to account, yes. So if you go to account,
Where's that?
so if
'Cause
you're
I'm-
on, are you on a phone or are you on a computer?
Tablet, and I think I found it.
Okay.
And then profile?
Yeah. Okay. So if I go, no, if I just go under account and I scroll all the way down, it says websites and subscriptions. Personal website, personal website name, edit. If I click the edit, it'll say upload your phone or upload your photo, and then tell your story. So
Okay, I
that's where
think
you
I
would
probably
write.
have to go in on a computer to do it.
Okay, yeah, you just basically need to get to your account.
Okay.
It's under the same it's under the same section where you would have like your monthly subscriptions, your warmer and scent of the month. It's under that same
Okay.
page.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I know where that's at. Yeah.
All right, so just find it under there, and then yeah, you want to update the story and update the picture.
Oh, so you're doing the update on the dashboard, right? But it will automatically update your personal.
on the
Okay.
workstation, but you're going under the
Okay.
personal website page.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
a good time to also mention for anybody that doesn't have a personal website, because I'm sure there might be 1 or 2 people in here that are like, ooh, I don't have a personal website. Okay, so I get it. It is an expense. It's $10 a month after your first 3 months, because first 3 months you get it for free. But do you know you cannot recruit without a personal website? This is important to know even if you have one, but your teammates don't have it. They can only enroll under you by going on your website to do so. Once you hit lead or above, which we're all shooting for star, and you're consistently getting paid at your lead title, every month that you hit lead or above, you show up in the directory for a brand new new customer that doesn't have a person to buy from. Sensi makes them pick someone. If you don't have a website, you're not getting those additional customers. People have joined through the website under people they don't know. Yagoda did that. So you guys, you have to have a website. You, the other thing is flash sales, special launches that are only available through the PWS. These are reasons why you want to have it. All it would take is 1 order a month to come through that PWS for it to pay for itself. How are you doing Facebook parties without a PWS? It is a tax write-off. So if you need to talk on a personal level about why you don't have it or why a team member doesn't have it and you need to talk about it, and you want to help them with that, just message me, because it's really, it's probably the most important investment that you're going to make in your business, because it will pay for itself month after month after month. Same thing with Sensi Club. Can't get Sensi Club subscribers without a personal website. So very, very important tool. And then the one other thing that I wanted to go back to and talk about is the difference between marketing on your social media through a business page and on your personal page. Okay, we did talk about the fact that it's not preferred by Facebook that you do share on your personal page, like things that are salesy, so be careful with that. But if you're only ever marketing on a business page that you set up, a group that you've added people to over time, that's the only place that you're marketing. You are only marketing to customers you already have. To people who have already shown interest or have already bought from you, however it was that they got added to that group, those are the only people you are marketing to. You are never going to throw your fishing net out further and maybe grab the attention of somebody else. So it is imperative that you guys are getting comfortable with how you're going to share on social media. And if you're worried about annoying people on social media with your posts, revisit your posts. Think about what you're posting and why you think that that's annoying. If you think it's going to annoy people, it probably is. So just look at it and maybe rethink your marketing strategy so that you don't do that. Remember, you want to add value to people's posts or people's feed. Okay, 5 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, then I'm going to give everyone 5 minutes back in their night because you have a lot of homework this week. But in all fairness, other than the worksheets, it's stuff you should be doing anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not really homework when you think about it like that. The worksheets are, because they're made to make you think. But the rest of it, you should be doing it anyway. It's just doing a screenshot of it. Okay? All right, you guys. I appreciate you showing up. Let's take a quick picture so I can also get the final list of names for this, so I can see who jumped off and who jumped on. All right, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Have a great week, and I will see you next week.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.